Recording in progress on Zoom. Good morning, my ladies. Do we have anyone present with me this morning? Please let me know if you are in #live. If you're watching the replay, please #replays this live. Those lives are absolutely just for you. So this is the time where we connect, when we ask a question, when we discuss certain concepts. So please free to leave your comment, please free to leave your question onto the comment section below, and let's do it together. We have many things that I want to talk about today, starting with the new book that I'm reading, which is pretty awesome, and maybe you have read it already. It's called Becoming the New You. And Becoming the New You is from Dr. Joe Dispenza, and it is my mentor. I love his work. I completely agree with his work, and I base my own work and reflection and the discussion that I have with you guys, with myself, with Patrice, my business partner, based on what he does and all the science baked that, you know, the thinking and the feeling have into the creation process. So I do love this guy because he's really like rational with the fact and the scientific, you know, side of it. So it makes a lot more sense for people who are skeptical. And by the way, I was one of those people who were like just like trusting science all the time and would not make any would not trust anything else. Science was basically my oh my goodness, can you believe that I lose my English? I think it's because it's kind of noisy here, so I have a hard time to focus. Anyway, science was for a long time the only thing that I trust. And so it took me a lot of time to really like tap into, well, see the link between science and spirituality. But now that I see that, it's just a new word that is opening to me. And the quantum field, my friend, is just a word that is waiting for you to be explored. Anyway, I'm going to pull a card today, which will have a affirmation and a motivation. So I hope you're ready for that. And then we're going to talk about defining the new you, as it is the theme of the week, defining the new you. And I really want to tap into the quantum field today. So I hope you're ready for it. So let's first pull the card, like feeling this one today. And it's so beautiful. Today, I laid the foundation for a fulfilling future. And look at that beautiful flower with all the electricity above. It's so beautiful. It's the roots, the electricity, it's everything. So it's the ground, but also if you turn it down, it can also be like, you know, the crown chakra that is opening towards the spirits, towards the divine. And behind, like on the other side, we have like a quote: I didn't get there by wishing for it or hoping for it, but by working for it. I do love that. Excuse me one sec. Ma'am, on vous entend beaucoup. Excuse me. So I was saying, I didn't get there by wishing for it or hoping for it, but by working for it. Estelle Oder. Estelle Oder is, I think, one of the most famous creator and brand in the beauty industry. She does creams and stuff, and she's just amazing. Anyway, defining the new you. And by the way, if these cards inspire you, right? Today I laid the foundation for a fulfilling future, or the quote that we have: I didn't get there by wishing or by hoping for it, but by working for it. Please let me know what you think. Good morning, Carly. This is so good to see you. I hope you're doing amazing. We're going to talk about defining the new you. And I got like a massive download when I was driving this morning. And I don't know if you guys like movies, but maybe some of you knows, but my husband works in the movie industry. So I know a lot of movies. Thanks to him. I'm absolutely not into movies, but he has a very good and very large and expanding culture about the movies. So I know a little bit thanks to him. My point is that have you ever seen the movie Inception? Have you ever seen the movie Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio? And I can't recall who was the director, but it's a very famous one. I believe it was Christopher Nolan, but I may be wrong. So don't take me onto that, but Inception. Have you seen that movie? Inception, I think, is the closest you can get to understand how the quantum field works. So if you haven't seen the movie, please watch it. And it's basically, during the movie, they put themselves into a trance. They call it the dream, but they put themselves into a trance. And so they access the mind of people and they plant seeds inside their mind so they can actually like completely shift their perspective. And that has effect on their 3D material worlds. When they go into that world, into the, the trance, the dreams world, time doesn't exist almost anymore. So they can spend like days over there and it's just like 15 minutes in the 3D worlds. And that's exactly how the quantum field works. And that's amazed me because it was all over my head, all over like in front of my eyes for that time, for that such a long time. And I haven't like bridged the gap between the two things. So if you haven't watched that movie, watch it. And I promise you will have a better understanding of what is the quantum field. Now, regarding defining the new you, you may not be aware of it. And I want you to be aware of that. We are energy being. 99% of us is energy. So what you see, what you can touch is only 1 to 3% of who you are. And what's funny is that in the 3D world, we explore and we exploit just the 3% of who we are. And to me, it doesn't make sense. We need to bring more energy into our lives and tap more into our energy so that we can have a massive effect, a massive attraction on everything that we want in life. If we are creating from the 3D world, which is the material world, which is from the body, right? The body, the material body that is you. It's going to be hard. It's going to be long. It's not even going to be sure that you're going to manifest what you want to manifest. You can sure do it, but it's going to be painful. The purpose of being in this program, well, in this group, is really like to tap into those energy field, quantum field that are not seen, but have an enormous power on the manifestation process, on changing the result of your business, of changing the result of your life. So as an energy being, we want to tap energy. So what is energy? How can we feel the energy? One way you feel the energy around you is by your emotion. Emotion or energy in motion, emotion, energy in motion. And that goes from, into your body and goes out to your body. Right? So when you tap into your emotion, you are creating an energy field that is filled with a lot of information that are related to that emotion. So if that emotion is stress, then you have a wave that is pretty hectic around you. And guess what? Everything that this wave is going to touch around you, it's going to be shaky. Is going to be shaky and it's not going to go back like smoothly to you. It's just going to go back like very hectically to you, right? So the stress wave that you spread is going to go back to you as you move on. So that's very important to be mindful of your emotion. And even if you don't want to spread that stress, guess what? You're going to spread it anyway. So that's why it's very important when you feel those low vibe emotions to interrupt the pattern. It's okay to feel the emotion. It's okay for them to have their room and to acknowledge them and to accept them. But then we need to choose again and choose again until we reach an emotion that is a little bit more elevated and a little bit more elevated then and a little bit more elevated. The wave you give away or the wave you attract. You don't see it. And I know it's very complicated and difficult to understand and to trust. But I'm going to give you another example. Do you have Wi-Fi? Have you ever heard the radio station on your car? Do you see any like things that are related or linked to your car, or things that are related to your computer, to your laptop, to get the Wi-Fi? No, it's something that you don't see, yet it's still present. So if that makes sense for you to think of energy just the same way as the Wi-Fi or the radio station or all the frequency that you can get, please by all means do. So important that you understand that there is a lot going on that you don't see. And you need to embrace that to understand how the rest work. So you are energy being. You are energy being. 99% of you is energy. How do you make the most of energy so that you stop creating from the 3D world and you start capitalizing on what you do the best and on what you are the best? It's by activating those emotions. It's by having that fluid really flow through your body and really feeling that feminine wave just taking you into the next place. The only way for you to feel 100% or more of those emotions and of those feelings is to be present. The present moment, the precious present moment, is the moment where things happen. They don't happen in the past. They don't happen in the future. So get rid of your attachment of those two things. I'm going to go back to what I said last time. Super good to have a vision, but your vision is a tool. It's a roadmap. It's not something that you're so attached that you can just see that. And that stresses you out because you don't see it now. But if you detach yourself and really plug into the feeling that this vision is bringing you every time you think of your vision, you're bringing emotion into the right moment, right? And those emotions have frequency that will just like go away from you and emit from you and come back to you. If you need more proof of that, when you're in a line into the grocery store and you're in the line, so you're waiting. So I challenge you, I invite you to pay attention to the person in front of you and really like for that moment, really like stop and be present and send that person love, send that person wave of positivity, wave of gratitude, wave of elevated emotion. I promise your experience waiting in line would be uplifted by those emotions, will be elevated by those elevated emotion. Elevate, always elevates even more. Elevated emotion elevates emotion again, elevate your states. Do you have question about that, my friend? This is so important to understand who you are. Defining you is one of the first steps to really enter the quantum field and to start creating with ease and with no effort. So do you understand what I'm saying about energy? How does it feel for you? Do you feel like it's something that you can practice and that you can apply? And by the way, I'm not going to ask you to create a massive shift from something you barely know yet. But what I'm asking is to make the commitment to practice energy creation daily. So plug into those high level elevated emotion daily. The more you do, the easier it will become and the longer you will stay into those states. And someday you will open your eyes and boom, you will be that state. Carly is saying it's definitely a practice, being aware and then choosing to act from a place of elevated feelings. Absolutely. It's a practice. It's a practice that you have to practice every single day. And you know what? When we do those little commitments, and this morning I commit to a new practice, and it's not an easy one because I have to wake up literally 1 hour before I generally wake up. So I normally wake up at 6 a.m., which is relatively early now I have to wake up at 5 a.m. because I committed to do a certain meditation right from me awakening for my night. And I want to do it there because it's easy for your brainwave to stay in that very alpha, low beta, alpha, and even theta wave, which is when you have access more easily to the quantum field where all your dreams are possible and where all your dreams already exist. The more you can plug into that field, right, the more you become you, the more you are limitless, unlimited, right? And so meditation is one of the best way to connect to the quantum field. Feeling the emotion in the present moment is the best way as well to activate the quantum field and to align all dreams that you have in your mind. Because guess what? Your mind is the quantum field. Everything that you don't see in the 3D words and you dream about, they exist in the quantum field already. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. By the time you can think about it, by the time you can dream about it, it exists. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the idea. And if I give you like some of my dreams, I might not be in your quantum field because that's not something that you want to create, right? So this is your own quantum field where everything is possible. Your wildest dream are possible and your wildest dream exist already. These trips, these relationships, those new clients, they exist. They exist. So now it's how you plug into the frequency of your clients, of the trip to Africa, of that new relationship that you want in your life, of that health that you want in your life. How do you plug into those feelings about that? It's by staying in the present moment and feeling the emotion, having in mind your vision, which is in the quantum field, and bringing that here until the time that defines you, and you become a new being, a new you, a new that is more purposeful than the news asking like 1,000 questions in a minute. Does it resonate with you? Do you have more insight about how to practice that in the 3D words and tapping into the quantum field? See the quantum field as the unseen, where everything exists already. Your wildest dream exists. And I know I repeat a lot, but I need to repeat because I want you to be able to explain that to the next person as well. First, of course, to embody it, but then to be so passionate about that you can explain that to someone else. When you can explain it to someone else, then that means you have integrated the concept. So the quantum field, it's the unseen, where all your dreams exist. The way to tap into the quantum field, it's to become unseen. And the way you have to become unseen is through your emotion, through your mind, through your vibration. And it shouldn't be that difficult because we are 96% of energy. 96 or 99, whatever, but it's like a big percentage of ourselves, it's energy. So I let you with it, I leave you with it, think about it, ask me your question below. I know I had something else to tell about health, it was related to health, and I think it will come back. And as soon as it comes back, I will let you know in here with a new live or a video or directly into the comment section. One last thing that I want to share with you today is that we are launching with Patrice an entrepreneur an entrepreneur circle based on natural cycle, on the moon cycle, and on emotions and visions. So we call it the quantum circle, and basically every month at the new moon phase, during the new moon phase, we will host meetings to gather like-minded entrepreneurs who are ready to jump into that quantum field and start creating massive results from the quantum field. So we're going to set clear intention, associate those intention with elevated emotion, work on exercising that link between your intention and your elevated emotion. And we're also going to do like connection. I don't know your experience with networking and stuff, but mine is that I always gather a bunch of cards, business cards. I do the follow up and then I go with zero. I got zero reply. And that frustrates me a lot and that I don't understand. And from a quantum field, what I can analyze is that it's an action that is very based on the 3D words. People are looking for a quick fix. I give you that, you give me that. It's an action, you refer me, right? This is not the way it's actually working. Relationship needs to be worked on. Relationship needs to be built. Someone who loves you, someone who knows you, loves you, and trusts you will refer you with ease, love, peace, light, and will be so empowered to refer you because they love you. And that necessitates time and engagement and intention about the relationship that you build. So those circles are going to be right for that as well. So we're using the intention settings to really gather like-minded entrepreneurs who really want to move into that next stage and tap into the quantum field to create a different set of results, amazing results. And we add to that level of deep connection, authentic and genuine relationship, because we trust that when two people can share an emotion, can share space, can share an energy, the co-creation that happening is just magical. So that's the goal of what we're doing here. If you are slightly interested about it, just let me know, drop a comment below, and I will put a link where you can register for the next one, which is going to be on September the 26th. We'll still be in the new phase for the new moon, September 26th from 11 to 12:30 p.m. PST. I'm sending you lots and lots of love, and I hope you will have a fantastic rest of the week. Let me know if you have questions. I am here to support. I am here to discuss. Oh, and by the way, for those circles, don't expect that we're going to teach anything. We want to be as present as you are and be participating and sharing as much as you do. So we're going to facilitate, we're going to lead the calls, but we're going to be participants just like you. So we're going to set intention just the same and share them with you. Love, light, and peace again. We have the little assistant here. He wants to participate. Today is not on me. Maybe later. Love, light, and peace, my friend, and have a precious, precious, precious rest of the week.